the next blank page in your math notebook. Yes, if I stole your math. All right, go ahead and open up to the next blank page. If you want a title, you can just call it hiking problem. This problem is going to have a lot of parts, and we're going to all do it on one page. So you need one big blank page. Again, if you want a title, you can call it the hiking problem. All right, so we got a couple different parts going on with this problem. I'm going to read to you what is happening. Zara and John are hiking on a trail that is 2 miles long. Thank you. There are signs to mark each 1/8 of a mile along the trail. Turn to your neighbor and tell him what's happening in this problem. Alright, so part A tells us to draw a number line to show the length of the trail, and then mark the number line off to show where each sign is. So let's go ahead and draw our number line. I know that I'm going to start at 0, but where is my number line going to end? I know I'm going to start at 0 because I haven't walked through anything. But where is my number line going to end? Azalea?
2.
2. Why is it ending at 2?
Because the trail is 2 miles long.
Yeah, my trail is 2 miles long. So my number line is going to go from 0 to 2. Are there any other whole numbers that I know where they are on this number line? Scarlett?
1.
There's a 1. 0, 1, 2. Where is the 1, Scarlett?
In the middle.
Right in the middle.
It's the midway point.
It is the midway point. So there's my 1. So far, so good, right, Annabella? Yeah. I now need to show all those mile markers. How often did they see one of those signs? How often did they see one of those signs? Right? Each 1/8 of a mile. That tells me I need to break my number line into 8. How do I do that? How do I break my number line into 8? Bailey?
Right next to like the midway points on both sides, you're going to write you're going to make 4 spaces for the
Okay, so do I need 8 spaces across my entire number line? How many holes do I got?
cover one up.
I do have to cover one up. Cover up that second half. I'm not doing 2 holes. I only want to pay attention to 1 hole. So now that I'm looking at 1 hole, now I can partition that first section into 8. Is 8 an even number?
Yes.
Yes, so we can make that middle.
We already did.
No. We're going between 0 and 1.
Oh.
Because we have to figure out 1 mile, 1 hole, before we can do the other hole.
You're not drawing those spaces.
Alright, once you've got it, make sure you count. We're counting the spaces in between from 0 to 1. Yes, ma'am.
How many spaces are in 0 to 1?
Well, we just talked about that while you were coloring your notebook. It's going to be 8. Thanks. It's going to be 8. Does that give you a total of 8? Okay. and I don't see that happening on your paper. We need to do the same thing from mile 1 to mile 2. So mark that up to show 8 spaces as well. I'm going to find my middle. Right. So now I have my 8 spaces between 0 and 1. I have my 8 spaces between 1 and 2. Brayden, please stop messing with that and follow along. Let's label them. What fraction goes at 0? What fraction goes at 0? Grace?
0,
0 eighths. We're counting by eighths. 0 eighths. What's my next tick mark going to be labeled? Not a trick question. Ethan?
The next tick mark is going to be labeled 1/8.
1/8. And then 2/8. And then
3/8, 4/8,
and then 4/8.
5/8.
Keep going. I can't write that small because my marker's really fat, but I will label the one hole. When you get there, that should be 8/8. So go ahead and keep labeling. What is going to be the tick mark after 8/8? What is that tick mark going to be labeled? The one after 8/8. Brindley?
9/8.
9/8. Very good. We keep going from 9/8. We get 10/8, 11/8, 12/8, and we keep going. The last one is going to be 16/8. So I can't put all mine in because my marker gets too fat, but I want to make sure that you label all of yours. So what we have just created is like a mini map of this trail. That's what that is. This is the mini map of what the trail looks like. So far, so good. We got part A done. Got our number line. We showed our signs. See if I can find where I put part B. Part B. Zara stopped for water at the 3/8 mile sign. Label the 3/8 mark on the number line with a Z for Zara. So I'm going to find where I put 3/8. Granted, I didn't fill that in, but I can find it. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. I'm going to put a little dot over top of where 3/8 is. And then I'm going to write Z.
Z for Zara.
Z for Zara. Because I know that is where Zara stopped to get water. So far, so good?
Yeah.
All right, let's do part C. John stopped to rest after 12/8 of a mile.
Yeah.
Label the 12/8 mark on the number line with a J for John. Find where 12/8 is. Put our mark. I don't have mine labeled, but I can find it. 9, 8, 10, 11, 12/8. And put J for John. Before we go on to part B, what do you notice? What are some things that you just noticed now by looking at what's happened so far? Bailey, what do you notice? Yeah, John went a really long way. He's almost to the end of that 2-mile trek. Sure. What else do you notice? What else do you notice? Ethan, put your mask on. Our notice?
Notice that John and Zara were close to the midway point between where they are. So John is close to the midway point between 1 and 2, and Zara is close to the midway point between 0 and 1.
Sure. So John, what R1 is saying is John is pretty close to what would be the middle of 1 to 2 miles. Zara is close to the middle of what would be between 0 and 1 mile. What else do you notice? Right now, what else do you notice?
Zara only lasted a little less than 3 years away, and John lasted like I'd say 3 to 4 to 3 years away, and anyone who wins it. Oh yeah, anyone in the audience said that they're both close to the midway point, and John is closer to the midway point, and Zara is a little bit further away.
Sure. Issa, what do you notice?
I noticed that they separated.
They did separate. A little bit. They separated a little bit, yep. Who went farther before they had to take a break? Who went farther before they had to take a break?
Or who's...
Nope, that's not what I'm asking for. Emma, who went farther before they had to take a break? Yeah, John went over a mile before he had to take a break and rest. Zara went a little under halfway of a mile before she had to get some water. All right, part D, I'm going to have you do in your notebooks.
Part B. Oh, I thought you said D.
So it says, answer in your notebook. Who stopped before the 1 mile mark? Who stopped after the 1 mile mark? And then give me a sentence, maybe some arrows, explaining how you know. This needs to be in a sentence form. So don't just write one word. Flip the question. Who stopped before the 1 mile mark? Who stopped after the 1 mile mark? And then give me a sentence explaining how you know that.